Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over the importance of time frames in trading. By the end of this video, you should be able to identify the correct trends and when to enter your trade. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. In order to effectively make a profit in trading, you have to trade with the trend. So the first thing to do is to identify the trend. Markets exist in different time frames. There are 2-minute time frames, 4-minute time frames, 1-hour time frames, daily time frames, weekly, monthly, and so on. Markets exist in different time frames, so there is a primary trend and an intermediate trend. Some traders only trade with the primary trend. Other traders only trade with the intermediate trend. Traders that trade the primary trend can benefit by also checking the intermediate time frame for a better entry point. So in other words, if you're trading with a 2-minute time frame, you can also benefit by looking at the 15-minute time frame to make sure that your trend is on both time frames are matching and that you're getting the same information. And those that trade with the intermediate trend only can miss the primary overall trend. So what time frame should you use? Usually the longer time frame gives you the more reliable signal. The lower the time frame you use, the more movement you'll see in the stock, the more candlesticks you'll have to look at, and usually that means you're gonna be getting more false movement. The larger time frames are more for use in swing trading, which involve holding trades for days or weeks. So in this type of trade, you would use a weekly time frame or daily to identify the primary trend, and the 2-hour time frame to identify an entry point for the trade. So the best way to plan a trade is to choose a time frame for your stock and use a frame below it and above it to determine your best trade. Okay, so the main reason to use time frames in trading is to allow you to stay in the trade longer, because you can see where your trade is relative to different time frames. So in other words, if your trade is changing direction, you shouldn't panic and sell and close out the trade, because you know that a higher time frame is telling you the longer time frame is still the same. Most traders only look at one time frame and ignore the others. Looking at different time frames lets you see the big picture and remain in the trade longer. Okay, so don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let everyone know what we're doing here at LR Options. Thank you. See you next time.